Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Tiny Adventures in HeroForge, where I get to build some really cool miniatures. So lots to talk about this week. I'm going to jump right into it because I don't want to spend too much time talking about news events for the channel and want to get right into that miniature build. So let's take a look at what I wanted to discuss. All right, so first off, last week we created this awesome bard lock in HeroForge, but that was on Twitch, and I created some extra content for YouTube, some additional features that I added on, and also I did a whole build in color, so you can actually check that out on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, which is linked in my profile somewhere, I think. If not, I will add it shortly after this episode. But yeah, I'm starting to add all my Twitch streams to YouTube, and in particular this one I had some bonus content where I actually colored out that miniature. And also I wanted to talk about here you can see that that build happening. So it's basically the same episode, it's just extended, and it's just me coloring this little goblin miniature and adding some additional details. I added some jewelry and some rings and put his ears back on because I had forgotten to do that when we were going through the initial build in the stream. All right, so the next thing I wanted to bring up is I talked before about the Creators Guild that exists on Facebook. It's a Facebook group put together by HeroForge, or by the makers of HeroForge, and I wanted to bring up this awesome contest. So this is something that I mentioned before. They do periodic contests, and they have one going right now. It started on Friday, and it's going until Friday this week. And it is a build your best wizard, and there are a ton of comments which are the entries already, and I actually went in and built one already for myself and submitted him. It's this elf geomancer. So you'll notice that this screenshot's a little bit different than the ones I've been taking before, and that's because I actually decided I would pay for the premium subscription for HeroForge, at least for this 1 month, to check it out, and it's given me options for additional decals, for lighting, and for these awesome basically screenshots you can take. It's like a camera mode. So not only do I have this image of that elf geomancer, as I called him, but here you can see in HeroForge I have the actual model, and there's a link in that Facebook post where you can find that model. And you know what? Maybe I'll add it to the description on this video as well. But I've done some fun stuff. I really like this guy. The decals are a lot of fun to work with, and the lighting, you get 2 lighting sources, and they're really fun. So you can really make things like that spell look like it's glowing, and it's reflecting the lights shining onto his hands. I did a weird effect on like multiple hands there, kind of like a Doctor Strange type thing, and you can see the light shining on his face. So yeah, that was my my submission for the wizard contest. My elf geomancer. I thought I'd go with like a crystals earth type theme for him. It was a lot of fun to build. I really got carried away. So unless we're going to get some suggestions, I might make another wizard. Now there's only 1 entry per person into that contest, so I've already done my entry, but now I can actually just have some fun, build another wizard. Maybe I'll make a sorceress just to do something different. And if you take a look at this guy, you'll notice that he's got this really cool sort of bony golden crown, and I was building that with horns, and I'm starting to see that there's a lot of interesting different ways that you can use the horn features, because they have multiple positions that they can be attached to on the head, and you can use them all in tandem and potentially create some really neat headdresses. So maybe I'll do something with that, and we'll create a sorceress. Unless anybody has any ideas on what they'd love me to see me build in this episode of Tiny Adventures. But yeah, so if we're ready to get going, I'm going to jump into my other view here, and then I'm just going to create a new character. So we're going to be starting from scratch. I'm just going to move the windows around on my desktop so that I don't lose my stream chat. So again, if anybody has any cool ideas for a character they'd like to see, let me know and I will start to work on that. Otherwise, I'm going to get into this Sorceress build, and then I can always interrupt it if somebody comes up with some ideas. Oh, but yeah, you can see here, there's decals that we can now add. Legs, chest, come on, chest. So some different stuff. Some of this, it looks mostly bloody, but some of it looks like tattoos. Some of it could be potentially used for like sci-fi or superhero costumes. There's some face decals. This is still in beta. I'm hoping that this gets released and that they make some additions, because I could see a lot of really cool decals being used as patterns for clothing. So you could have potentially different like tartans if you were making some kind of Scottish Highlander, or even just decals like numbers for jerseys or anything really. So I think that this is a really cool feature that HeroForge has for premium members. And again, it's just in beta, so it will be really interesting to see how it develops as they keep working on it. And then light, I mentioned before, you can enable up to 2 lights, and then you can change the color and the intensity, and there you can already see it having an effect on the model. If I activate my 3D handle tools, I can actually move it around and change it. Place it behind, and you can do some really nice lighting effects on your character. And then you can go into the photo booth, which is also a premium feature, and you can get a perfect transparent PNG, which is fantastic. That is going to help my workflow for creating thumbnails for YouTube and Twitch, because I've been doing that in Photoshop manually, and it's not super difficult, but it does take 15 to 20 minutes to get a nice solid transparent PNG, but this will do it automatically. You can also use these backgrounds, and then there's environment lighting you can do as well. You can hide the base, you can change the time of day so the sunlight comes from a different angle, you can rotate the sun, and that's just your environment lighting. Yeah, lots of cool stuff you can do there. So I'm just going to cancel that, go back into color and light, cancel that, and then go back to species. All right, so if we're making some kind of female sorceress, let's see, what kind of sorceress do we want to make? What species do we want to work with? Maybe an elemental? That might be fun. Half orc, halfling, half dragon. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna go with an elemental. Oh, fawn maybe? No, you know what? I want to play around with horns as a means to create a headdress. I think I'm just gonna stick with that first idea and go with an elemental. Where is our elemental? There it is, dude. All right. We have our elemental. Before I get into anything with the head, I think I'm going to switch up the body a bit. Make her taller. Alright, that looks pretty good. I think I need to change that face though. It's a bit too chiseled, so I think that's good for measurements, but I'm going to go in here and I'm going to pick a different face. No face. blank expression. No, I'm just gonna pick. That's where we started with. Nose on that one. Make it a robot face. It's pretty creepy. Goblin. It'd be fun to do like an old hag, witch type character, but not today. But that's definitely something I could use for like a fairy tale witch. Kind of like this one. All right. So we have our face. Now we are going to go in and we're going to use horns to do some adjustments, create some stuff. So see, you have a whole bunch of different positions for horns and you can use them all in tandem. So I'm going to grab this one here, look around, maybe these. Just see what we've got available and then make some decisions. Whoa. Yeah, I want to try something a little bit more challenging. Nope. Something that is ornate. Oh, that's better even more. Better even more. Even more better? Just better. I could have just said better. I think the scale of these is a bit better. So if I go back up here, these are maybe a little bit more ornate, but they're quite large. And I think I want to work with something that's a little bit smaller. These are almost too small. I like the additional bend here, and what I'm going to try to do is clip them together to make kind of like a piece in her on her forehead, like a big sort of crown type piece. So I'm going to go into my advanced editor, grab these. I'm going to turn that off. Just use my sliders, so put like that. Yeah. See, that already looks like it's part of a crazy crown. Oh yeah, I can really put that together. And then if I wanted to, I could blow it out, but I think that's a bit too much. Maybe a little bit larger. That then just adds a bit of scale to the bottom. If I had it this short, it just feels really tight on her forehead. Obviously, because it's not meant to be a headdress, it's meant to be horns. I like the way that looks. It's got like a weird sort of eye in the middle there. Okay, so that's one set of horns, but we're not done yet. This is the fun part. We can actually add motorcycle. We can actually add bunch of horns in the different positions, right? So one per position. So our top one is done. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. All right, here we go. So our second one, no, those don't work. They come too close to the front. Okay, so these are right in the front. So what I'm going to try to do is find something. Oh, those are too big. Those might work. What I'm going to try to do is find something smaller that I can then use to sort of go down the the sides of her face, like on the cheeks. There they are. So if I go back to pose, advanced, these are still connected, and I twist. Oh, they are actually a lot larger than I thought. Bend, tilt. Oh, it might actually still work. No, that way is best. Bend. Tilt. Scale larger. Oh, you can make some cool helmets that way though. Look at that. Not for today, but that is definitely something I'm gonna have to play around with in the future. So I don't know about these horns. It's not working out for me the way I wanted it to. Ugh. Spikes coming out of her eyes, also not what I wanted. If you've got any suggestions that you want to see me try out, let me know. I'm happy to show people some of the tools here in HeroForge. Again, I am not being paid by HeroForge at all. I just really love this tool. I love building miniatures. It's probably one of my favorite pastimes that I've picked up during COVID. Made some of these before, but all the additional posing tools and the ability to sort of clip things through each other and not use them the way that they were technically meant to be used, at least not by the labels on them, has really opened up a lot of possibilities for what's possible. Anyways, I'm trying to find a good set of horns. Maybe those really large ones will have to work. Maybe I can do something with that. Okay, let's try those first. So crazy. That's kind of cool. It's like a weird headdress now, but if we're making a weird sorceress, that actually looks pretty good. If I can actually bend or tilt or twist and bend, so that kind of doesn't go into her neck or her ear. So I'm trying to stop, I wish you guys could see my cursor, but I'm trying to stop the majority of the clipping so that it doesn't look like something that's going through her face, but rather something that she's wearing as a headdress. That looks pretty good. I like that. I don't know how she would put that on or take it off, but I'm gonna stick with that and then see what else I can do. So back to head, back to horns. We've done the first two. Now we can start playing with some other ones. Oh, that's too big. Sometimes I can just tell, yeah, too big. It's gonna look crazy. Oh, that's kind of what we already had, but in reverse. These flame ones. I think those are the ones I used on my elf geomancer. May not need these horns. Let's just see what we can do. Those ones were pretty intense. Although it does look kind of neat. They are the only ones that kind of go straight up. Oh, maybe those. So one of the reasons I didn't like the sort of spirally ones is that they really look like they're made out of bone, whereas the rest of this looks a lot more like forged metal. Doesn't look like it's super organic. Like this is curved, but it could easily be, if I put like a metal color on that, could easily be metal. So I felt that those bone ones just kind of didn't match that. Didn't match the look. Oh, I could see you doing an Ahsoka Tano with this as well. These, however, form a nice back to that. Oops. Is there a tilt? Oh, they tilt like that though. Okay. So either I can put them back or leave them up here. I kind of like that. Yeah, I kind of like how that kind of continues the line of the horns, the second horns we put on, the ones that go down and behind. So there's like a nice swoop, and then it just looks like the first horns we put on are like a decorative element. And I like that. I'm going to probably keep that hair. I'm going to play around with the hair a little bit and see if we can find something else, but I kind of like the shape of the head with that hair right now. It looks pretty good. Alright, do a little save here, and then back to horns, and whoa, see what else we can do. We have this middle one. No. Oh, that's kind of neat. So rather than keeping that as a whole, just add that. What does this look like? Too big. I don't think I want the sort of unicorn horn. Yeah, I'm gonna look at this one and just see what I can do for advanced posing on it. It looks pretty good where it is, but okay, so I don't want to twist it. I don't want to bend it. I don't think I want to do anything. Whoa. Yeah, I think that looks... Oh no! That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, I wanted to do that on this piece. Oh well. All right, let's fix all of that. Boy. So forward. I don't know who Tyler J1 is. Tyler 1 Jr.? Tyler 1? Don't know who that is. Are you saying the mini looks like that? A little bit of scale. Okay, I think I had a little bit of scale. So who is Tyler 1? In height? I still don't know. Is Tyler 1 a miniature? Thankfully, I kind of remembered most of this, so almost back to where we were before. And in fact, I think we might even get something a little bit better. Tyler is a self-proclaimed 6'5" guy. Well, I would say this is a miniature, but what do we have here? Oh yeah, you kind of called it 6'6". Although this is a female elemental, so that probably doesn't match Tyler's description. But if he's already proclaiming to be 6'5" when he's 5'6", maybe he is also a female elemental on the web. I'm not sure who Tyler is, Tyler 1. So I don't know if that's a celebrity I'm supposed to know and I'm completely out of the loop, but that wouldn't be the first time. All right, we have 2 more horns that we need to fix. I guess I should have saved a little bit more there. That's these guys. And they were up. They were much larger. And then forward. Yeah, there we go. A little bit more of a twist. More or less. Do we want to have it open at the top? Maybe. Or closed. The thing I like about closed is that it really emphasizes this sort of like hypnotic eye section. I might need to tilt. Oh, don't want to do that, I don't think. There. And then these guys. No, these guys. They're as far forward as they can go. All right, this time I'm going to save because that gets messy quickly, and then back to horns again. What else can we do? I'm going to probably say no to this stuff. That works better when you have no hair. What's this one? Oh, that's kind of cool. That is also kind of cool. But I think that gem there might be good. Let's see if we can fix that with some advanced size. Yeah. And then if I can twist it sideways. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it. Oh, maybe it does stay in the middle. Actually, I can use that to easily see the angle. So I got the angle right, and then just bring that back down. Part of the headdress. Oh, you know what? I'm not too sure how I feel about it now that I see it in there. Maybe something like that. Just really simple. Just like a little additional detail. All right. Just trying to make those seem, there's like a little bit of a split there, and I'm trying to make them look more like one piece. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Honestly, I think we're getting pretty much done with the horns. I don't think this is going to be added, this sort of like weird halo. And that just sort of conflicts with what we've already got there. So yeah, I think we're pretty much done with the headdress. Let's take a look at the hair. Move that hair first. Might also be able to add a hat, so I'll leave that hair on and then go over to clothing, head, and then just try and see what a few of these look like. So fez, no. Janissary. It like covers, that's actually kind of neat how it fits with some of those horns. That's not bad. Whoa, no. This one. What is it? Oh, it's added some stuff here. Oh, look at that. The gem's still poking through. But most of that headdress is like hidden by all the stuff we've added, but it gives it this nice additional detail right there. That's kind of cool. I might go with that. Or a more simple one. You can still see our gem poking through. That's a little neat. Too subtle. Oh. Yeah. Rocks. Yeah. A lot of it changes the hair and doesn't really add too much. So I'm just trying to find stuff that really, yeah, no. Really gives it some additional oomph. That option? Allow ears, right? That's the one that I forgot on the goblin last time. Alright. I can already kind of see how these are going to work. Just from the shapes and how the previous ones we tried out fit. Find that pieces that cover the nose or the eyes we don't really want. Maybe this. It's kind of ruining the shape on the side there with that, with those horns that come down. Oh, that looks creepy. I like that, but I don't think that I'm going to use it this time. But that looks like a crazy Infinity Blade boss or something. That is kind of cool. Oh, I don't know. That is kind of crazy looking. I will keep that in mind if we decide to go with like a full face mask. These are just a bunch of hats. Excuse me. Yeah, they don't add too much. We've already done so much work with the excuse me, with the horns. It's like almost like we don't need any of this stuff. So it's really about just finding a small piece that accentuates what we've already got. So right now I think I liked the Janissary, but again, it seems to just cover up a lot of our work. Might be able to get rid of some of those horns. Streamline that. And then what was the other one that I thought was good? Oh, the headdress. Which will let me to keep the hair. There was one other one. Oh, right, that one. Maybe we can make like a crazy armored sorceress. I'm gonna save that because I can always remove it. And then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna try some stuff out. I'm gonna see what kind of clothing we can get in there, and then maybe I'm gonna build some kind of crazy I don't know what to call it, collar. Like collar at the back of the head. Something very ornamental. Alright, so I'm gonna go back to body because I think for measurements this one needs to be taller. Head a bit bigger to accentuate it. No. All right, let's try out some clothing. Just want to change the size and the shape to make her look a little more imposing, have a little bit more weight. I do really like that helmet. It looks like that's how it was meant to be designed. So I think I'm probably gonna go with this, but I just want to make sure that we have some good chest and maybe shoulder pieces to go along with it. I was thinking about doing something that was more like a traditional sorceress or wizard with robes. You know, that I think is, no, not that, but you know, like wizard robes. But now I like this kind of idea of some kind of, not necessarily Dark Souls, but probably more Infinity Blade style, weird mashup of futuristic and fantasy. Less cloth than that, though. That might be good. Has some nice detail on it. That also works. It's a bit too blocky, so it looks like, you know, we have a little bit of like organic style. Not like the bone, more like just a certain level of detail. This is almost too flat and what's the word I'm looking for? Geometric, engineered. This one is taking a while. This is going to be a longer episode than normal. Where was that one that I saw earlier? Alright. That one one's slimmer than this one. Kind of like that one. All right. Well, maybe this. I don't like those sleeves. I think I need to do something with the arms though, and I think I need to do that with the actual design of the arms. What was that? Clawed robotic. Might actually add multiple arms on this one. That might be fun. Yeah, I think that looks good. Go back to clothing and then start looking at some shoulder pads. Just basically trying to figure out the stuff that's around the head. Looking at the different options. Kind of accentuates the shape of the head nicely. Ooh, those are good too. Oh, those might be good. Yeah, I'm gonna leave those on for now. And I'm gonna try to make this crazy headdress. So this is another technique where I'm going to go back to body and I'm going to add a tail, but the tail is basically going to be used to hold a shield. This elven shield. I'm going to try to position it so that it is behind our sorceress's head. Oh, this one might be good too. Eagle shield. Okay, well, I'll position it with this one, and then I can play around with which shield I'm actually using. Oh, that one looks good too. All right, let's try this. Go back to pose. Save this guy quickly. Advanced pose. And then the usual fun of messing around with the tail. There we already are pretty close to where we want to be. Scrolling down. These ones I can actually just start messing with, and if they don't do anything, that means that they are past the point where they can affect the shield. There we go. So I don't have to worry about them. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Put that back. So you see I did a bunch of big moves on those top parameters for the tail, and now I'm going down to the lower ones, like the higher numbers, like 13, to impact sort of like the sort of end of the tail and get that sort of fine motor control. Oh. And I may have to go back and adjust if I can't get this perfectly straight here. Then I will have to go back and adjust it. Manipulating some of the larger ones. This usually takes a little while because it's a bit of a pain. Yeah, so now I'm going to go back to the top. probably do is I will cover up the majority of the tail with a cloak. It's almost too close now. Yeah. Oh, yikes. Go back to the bottom. What was it? 13? Close, almost straight. Now it just needs to be a little bit more on the upright side. I think I can do that here. Yeah. Bit off-centered. Do that and then twist. So this really gets finicky. Trying to find the right spot for all this stuff. It's pretty close. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I mean, the tail will always look weird from behind, but in front it's okay. One thing that I can do now that I have a premium membership is I can actually go in for color and paints, I believe. Library. No paint saved yet. There is a spot where there is transparent, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's mix, create new paint, material. I'll just say I'll just say fire. I don't know. And then oh, there we go. Okay, and then transparent plastic. Also experimental, and then if I do that here, and then I guess change. Is there a way of doing the color as transparent? Or is that just as transparent as it gets? Now let's go glow. So it's transparent, but it doesn't become invisible. You can still see it, right? Because I guess they're trying to show you what it would look like if it would print. So I might actually just delete that and leave it as is because it doesn't really bother me. We can maybe add some stuff to that tail to make it look more like it's part of the armor. But what I'm going to do now is actually just those last few pieces. Should just leave it like that. Leave well enough alone. Might be opening Pandora's box here if I try to manipulate that. Yeah, I've already done it. Somehow I've undo a bunch. No, it doesn't seem like it's doing anything. Alright, so I gotta go back in here and just push that. That's weird, it pushes away from where it's supposed to be. Glitching out a bit. That's actually working for me now. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect. I mean, I might have to adjust that again when we do a pose, but it's going to look a lot less like a big tail now, especially once we start getting a cloak in there or something on the back. I could even potentially go to gear, not back, but back items. Yeah, put some kind of shield. Up. I'll just have to position it a bit. I don't think you can rotate the shields. That one was pretty good. That one might be really good. Pose. You'll still see the tail. My goal here is just to make it less apparent. A little less apparent. That looks good. That looks really good. I like that. All right. Gonna have to figure out what kind of leggings we have on. Maybe I'll actually go back and for legs here. Oh, we could also add wings. I can add robotic. Skeletal. You know what? Before I make any major changes, I'm gonna save. Merfolk. Yeah, see, look what that did because of the tail. So I will just undo. I'll keep those robot legs. But most likely we'll be wearing boots and stuff, so you won't even see them. But I'll go with robot to start. I mean, I could even just go in and change the chest to robot. Is that a robot? Yeah. It doesn't even change anything. You don't even see it. Maybe in the neck there a little bit. Alright, so let's go back to clothing. Chest. Grab a neck piece. See if that adds anything. Probably not. I think I'm good with how it is. It does a nice job of sort of showcasing that chin. And I'm just going to go back to chest and take a look at that other chest piece we were looking at that was a bit thinner. Yeah, that's too thin, maybe. Although, it might be neat to add additional arms on this one. Let's see what we can do for legs, and then maybe start going into pose. And then start thinking about wings and additional arms. Basically trying to create some kind of armored sorceress. That looks kind of good. I might need to change some of the measurements again. Alright, where were we? That one was good. That was alright. I think it's this one. And then go back to body and measurements. And then it's the hips. Not the waist. I do want a larger waist. The curves. Oh, I see. The armor stops at some point. So maybe if we just go just bigger to compensate. That. And then some boots. They have these sort of knee-high, high heel boots that look really good. You know that high heels are not the most realistic for a warrior. I'm not talking about something like this, but more along the lines of that. It adds a lot of height as well. Those are pretty cool looking. As far as boots go, gloves. I know there's a techno organic one. That might be good if I can find it. There we go. That. And then let's go on a pose first. I'm not quite sure what she's going to be holding. I kind of kind of have an idea for a pose. It's unfortunate we can't really customize the legs of the pose. That would be really nice. Oh. Oh, I hope that didn't mess everything up. Oh. That's really posing the tail, isn't it? Yeah, I didn't notice that before. I might even need to leave it in this pose. I don't want to have to do all that backpack stuff again. Well, let's see what we can do with the standard pose. And then just customizing the arms and the head. And then all the other advanced stuff. So leave that as is. And then figure out what we're going to give them in their hands for gear. Spell effect might be good. Oh, yeah, we should check out the tail and see if there's another shield that might work better. Again, let's save that. That's a little too plain. I like that one, but not for this character. Looks good too. I think that's the one that I saw on the Creators Guild. I'm still thinking this is my favorite, but yeah, that's just too sharp. That one is neat though. I think I'm just going to go with the one that we had, and rather than just undo a bunch of times here, I am going to go to my heroes, and I'm going to load my saved copy. Don't save the changes, and there we go. All right, so hands, some kind of staff. Wait a second. Body. 6 arms. Oh, and it doesn't change the shield. Perfect. All right. Do I want 6 arms? 4 arms? I don't like the bulkiness and craziness of that. I'll just have to think of a good pose. Sometimes I use those arms, as you've seen if you've watched previous streams. I use those to hold things and fold them kind of into the body or behind a shield or cloak. And I could do that here too, or I could actually turn some of them into stumps if I want to have some kind of spell effect. So you know what? I'm gonna, yeah, I'll leave that as is for now. I'll go back down to 2 arms for now, and then go over to gear and pick a decent staff. What was that? Good. And there's banners now too. The banners can be pretty cool, but I think we need a staff for our sorceress. a staff or some kind of spell book, but I think some sort of almost like weaponized staff would look good here. Maybe a polearm. Spell effects. No. I think we're going back to staff. Looking one. And I think I am going to do multiple arms. So I think actually being a little bit wishy-washy here. Let's go back to clothing and gloves. And just choose techno-organic for everything. Or were those again? Organic. There we go. All right, so now all 6 arms have techno-organic gauntlets. Yeah, it feels like a weird spider lady. I almost feel like I'm getting away from the sorceress angle, and like giving her a bunch of scimitars might be neat. But let's get into the pose. I guess these are the top ones. Yeah. Or actually have the clavicle. Fix the shoulder pad afterwards. Try to get these a little bit more symmetrical than I normally do. I'm just trying out some different hand poses. But could actually go back into gear and potentially grab some kind of weapon. Like I was saying before, maybe a scimitar. Those look pretty good. I know those are pretty popular. Might be neat to do something with them and then really pose the arms strongly so that the shape of the swords really match the character. This guy is getting pretty complex. I'm enjoying it. But yowzas. Right, so I think I would have to tilt that down, otherwise those swords are gonna cross. Don't know if there's a mirror function. I don't think there is. That's something they could really use in HeroForge, something they could take from 3D tools. Closer. And again, they don't have to be super symmetrical. It'll definitely, I want to be close, but a little variance will make it feel a little bit more realistic as well. That's pretty cool. Let's grab some more of those swords. Get 6 of those, and then we really have kind of like a spider queen. So gear, hands. Oh, these are good too. Damn. Let's stick with the bone. Oh, these are good too. Stuff. Where are those? I think I missed them, did I? Yeah. And then same for these guys. Do I really want to do 6 swords and not do a sorceress anymore. I almost feel like it needs to be some crazy giant and go into extra large. Bigger head. And the posture needs to come forward a bit. You know what we didn't check out is wings. I know there's these bony wings that kind of also look like weird spider, or can be used as weird spider things. Spider legs. What I'm going to do is save and then try to pose these legs or wings. Don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything really interesting with them, just because they're so huge. I feel like that's almost just way too over the top. Oh, if I can get that tilted up. It's taken over too much. It's overpowered all the other elements. I think there is a version of this character that could work really well with these. I just feel like it's competing so much with the elements we've already got. Yeah, see, like something like that. But then maybe not with the 6 arms, and maybe not with the arms raised like that. I don't know. Maybe. I'll leave them on. I'm going to try it out and see if I can maybe pose some of those arms down. Then come back to those top arms and see what we can do. So let's go with these guys now. Just trying out some different positions for the sword. now. Trying to make that symmetrical. Again, it's not going to be 100%. But hopefully close enough that it looks good. Whoa, wrong one. Sorry for being so quiet. I am super concentrating on this. There's a lot of moving parts, and I just want to get a good pose. Oh, that might work, and then twist that sword. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure about the combination here. I think, again, I'm just going to save. But I think maybe the problem is the additional swords. And then doing something a little bit more interesting with the hands. Maybe even with those hands up there. Like just different spell effects in all of them. No, I liked the swords at the top. But I think the other arms are going to get spell effects. So let's go. Oh. Add spells to these guys too. Nope. I don't think so. All right. Let's go in here. Spell or all. There's also those weird eggs. No, they're holding them straight. Oh, these ones. Yeah, they could be holding eggs or other items. Oh, that's like a silly snake, not an actual snake. Maybe they have snakes in their animals? I don't think so. No. Okay, so spell effects. Or spells. that could be interesting. Who would have thunk that adding more arms would make this take a heck of a lot longer? These ones? Yeah. So let me take a look at having that come out. Having that come out straight out of the arm, maybe even going back to clothing and gloves and removing those, and then going to body and these arms and making them skeletal. And then posing from there to get them basically in this shape again, but rather than being an arm that comes straight out and then hand that comes from the palm, it's more like an arm extension. This is a pretty crazy character, I will admit. And then the final arms. think they also need to be skeletal, but they'll keep the gloves. Arms. Skeletal and skeletal. Oh man, I forgot what happened to my shoulder pads. I still gotta fix those. So much left to do. Alright, back to pose. Advanced. I think this is the longest episode of Tiny Adventures yet. Not so tiny today. And put that down there. Oh boy. Let's see where that's going. A spell, maybe some more swords, maybe one of those other ones. Just trying random stuff out now. Chains. Starting to get busier. Just 4 arms would be good. Oh, maybe with these arms, put them in the body. Spell effects. Too. So if I use those skeletal arms, I can get them basically inside the body, hidden. But I need there, like hide it, and then figure out how to position. It's almost like I could make a fur collar. Maybe using a different spell. It's a little bit smaller. And go back to gear, hands. Nope, on the bottom ones, and then going with something smaller. Something like that. Gosh, I've lost that one already. Back to pose. refresh that again. So I think it's going to have to be in this arm placement. Just keep futzing around with it. It's looking less like a fur collar though. To be perfectly honest, I don't even know if I want that fur collar. So let's load our hero up again. Don't save. That almost looks all right. I just need to pose the arms better. You know what? I don't know what to do with these bottom arms. I like them being there. I just don't know how to get them to work. I almost feel like I might need a part 2, but I don't think we really have. I don't want to push this into another episode, so to just go back and try some stuff out because I am stumped with these spells and I've been basically trying the same thing over and over again. What if I did? Chain. Those are too big. That actually kind of looks good. Do we have any hammers? Blunt? That's just a little bit too big. These swords. I think that's our pose. Alright, so let's finish off this base. Oh, shoulder pads! Shoulder pads! Oh, okay, we gotta finish these shoulder pads. Alright, clothing. Shoulders. No. Damn, I'm out of my element. I am tired. Alright, let's move these shoulder pads. Same thing for the other one. Where is it? Oh, it looks crazy. Twist. Scale that down. I guess that arm is bent a bit more, so this needs to twist and bend a little bit more. And then match the other one. There we go. Yes. Do we want to add any gear on the sides? I mean, we're here now. Might as well keep going. That's not going to do anything. Rings, forget about it. There's so much going on, you're never going to notice the rings on them. Even if it is like a nice detail. Alright, I do need to fix how these hands are coming out. It's not exactly what I wanted. The spell hands. Side items. I don't think I need anything on the sides. Yeah, it just gets too bulky. There's just too much then. So we'll go back to pose and advanced and these guys here. I just need to, oh no, these guys here. Twist that forward. Because it still does need a little bit like a spell. I think it looks more potent that way. I thought it might look good just coming right out of the hand as if it was an extension of the arm, but it wasn't really doing what I was hoping for. Base, change the rim, it's going to be sand, and then for items, taking just the wisps. Genie bottles might be neat, but I think the wisps will be best. Compose Advanced. Move some of those around. I think we have our finished. I don't know what it is. What do we call it? The sand spider queen, the sand spider. I'm not really sure, but it seemed to be some kind of desert guardian, temple guardian, or pyramid guardian. Definitely not the sorceress we started out to create, but that's what happens sometimes on Tiny Adventures and in HeroForge. Just messing around, find some cool stuff, and then just go with it. Thanks so much for being in the chat and being an audience member for this stream. I did want to talk a little bit about what's going on with Tiny Adventures moving forward. So, I'm going down to 1 day a week for Tiny Adventures, just Wednesdays at 8. So moving it down from 6 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. And just once a week, because the big news is that I have shifted up under construction. So on weekends now, under construction is at 11 a.m. and is going to be in Portal Nights. That's the new thing. And that might be with a guest. So Kid Pripyat from the 8-year-old squad leader has expressed interest in doing some base building in Portal Nights, so we might be doing that together. And then the No Man's Sky version of Under Construction is moving to Friday nights at 8 p.m. So a little bit of a shuffle in the schedule, mainly just so that I'll be streaming Wednesdays to Sundays and then take my streaming weekend on Mondays and Tuesdays. Anyways, thanks again for watching. I hope you guys had a good time, and I will be posting this just like I do with all my videos to YouTube. Just look for me, Gentleman Rhino, on YouTube, and I'll be posting those probably tomorrow or later tonight. All right, take care.